Zapier SDK just dropped. Let's find out if it's any good. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand fundamentally the difference between Zapier CLI, SDK, how to integrate it into your agent workflow. Corbin, I don't know what any of these terms mean. Don't worry, that's why you clicked on this video. Let's find out. Let's jump in. Welcome back, yo. Today's video is sponsored by Zapier. They said, Corbin, we had a major update, and that is now we have the ability to integrate Zapier's entire ecosystem very easily in any of our agent workflows, or alternatively in our application. So here's the situation. We are going towards a future where AI agents are becoming very fundamental in our workflows, or alternatively, the ability to connect to applications and integrate applications into softwares we're creating is becoming fundamental. What Zapier decided to do is take initiatives to build into this new workflow environment. And what we have here essentially is we have our AI agent. This is anything, y'all. ChatGPT, OpenClaw, Claude AI, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Agent. Zapier built out this SDK and CLI so that your agent can access 9,000 integrations securely and do actions. To put simply, here's a real use case. You want to automatically post on Instagram for whatever the reason is. If you want to do that, cool, go ahead. Go through Meta's entire review process. Go through Meta's entire verification process. Go through the entire process to access Meta's API to post that Instagram, or just use Zapier. That's one very specific use case. And on top of that, I got two major sneak peeks from Zapier's team personally that I want to show y'all. Today's use case, though, is I'm going to have it so that when I'm scheduling out guests for my podcast, The Log in San Francisco, we check if there's a rainy day. More specifically, I want to ensure that when I have a guest on a San Francisco rooftop, we're not getting rained on. So it's actually pretty fundamental. And the way we're going to do this is we're going to connect Google Calendar, and on top of that, a weather API via this Zapier integration. So the way you think about this fundamentally is that whatever's in your workflow, whatever actions or things you want to do, you can connect it via Zapier and have it all under one roof. So I'm going to say add new connection, Google Calendar, add connection. You are then going to click this very easy button and then connect to your relevant Google account. We're going to continue. And then there you go. New connection to Google Calendar added. So let's go ahead and actually integrate Zapier's CLI/SDK. So now that we have Google Calendar connected, we are going to come over to the page here of using CLI. I'll leave this link in the description down below. I'm going to say copy page. Corbin, I want to install the SDK into my application. Go to Zapier SDK, copy page. We're going to come over to nice little Claude code here and build out that workflow that I was looking for. So go ahead and put in your specific use case. So for me, I'm going to say I want to use Zapier CLI to build out a workflow where it checks the weather days ahead. And if it rains, it adds as an event to the Google Calendar, blocking out as a rainy day. Because I don't want to be rained on when I'm talking to people, unless I got an umbrella. But that would be very annoying just to hold an umbrella the entire time. This can do other things. Corbin, I am coding and I need to make a Jira ticket. Create it. Okay, then you're going to paste in the directions here and simply hit enter. I like to start things in plan mode, as plan mode gives you the best outputs, especially when starting from scratch. And with that prompt, we got our multi-step plan here in Claude Code. A couple things you should notate. Right off the bat, one of the steps here is we're going to need to authenticate that we actually own our Zapier account. It makes sense. It's just going to open up a new tab, be like, hey, do you allow Claude Code to get access and give the ability for it to do actions on your behalf via this Zapier CLI? We're going to say yes. So I'll be part of the process. But what is really cool here is during the plan mode here, Claude was able to research online all of Zapier's entire docs around this logic and then give me these specific types of commands via Zapier SDK. Approve plan, always allow. And there we go. As I said earlier, we're gonna have to give Zapier SDK access to our Zapier account. This is obvious. This is so that we have that secure connection with everything within Zapier's ecosystem. I'm gonna hit allow. And with that allowed, the fun begins. So we got our first iteration from Claude Code. We're going to be connecting via Zapier's webhook here on Open Metro free API so we can get the weather up to 16 days. But I want to confirm two things here. First thing I want to confirm is I notice it says SF, but let's confirm it. I want to confirm the location, San Francisco, and on top of that, that we're using the correct calendar that I connected via our Zapier integration. So I'm going to go ahead and say, want to confirm location is SF and that we're connected via this calendar, providing the email of that calendar. And there we go. We have the confirmation that it is on SF and that we are on the correct calendar. So let's go and wrap this in a bow. Update the default location to SF. This is for my podcast. Don't want to be rained on. Please don't rain on me. And let's run it. Let's see if this all works. While that's running, let me open your head up a little bit here. So when it comes to accessing third-party applications, such as Google Calendar or YouTube's API, any of these applications have very specific rules around access tokens, connections, secret tokens, everything of this nature. So for example, one very specific one I know that I was running into issues with that was very annoying is the Google Ads token. I was setting up an agent to automatically create remarketing campaigns via the API, and it kept saying, oh, you only have 7 days, you only have 7 days, you only have 7 days. And at a certain point, what you can do now is is instead of having to refresh that token, run into those errors, is you can connect via Zapier again for Google Ads and have that integration always live and always active. So as you can see, supposedly it's scheduled the rainy days, and boom, rainy day, rainy day, rainy day, rainy day. And then I have an extra layer here where I use cal.com for the scheduling, which then makes it so that if there is an event like rainy day, a guest can't overlap and essentially have it sort of recording in absolute rain. Corbin, what were the sneak peeks? So here is what's to come with this entire infra that's being built by Zapier. First one, Nummer eins, guardrails, and specifically guardrails so that when you integrate Zapier SDK into something like OpenClaw, it doesn't go crazy on you and delete a database or do things that are very destructive. So they're going to have really nice guardrails around this kind of integration. But one that's really cool, that's actually very unique to Zapier here, is triggers. This is cool because we know about cron jobs, schedule jobs, like, hey, OpenClaw, do this every day at 7 a.m. Now we can do triggers, something along the lines of trigger-based events. So if Stripe, a payment fails, what do you do? If you get a new lead in HubSpot, how should the agent interact past that? So trigger-based events rather than something like a cron job where it's like every day at 7 a.m. do XYZ. These are to come. Cool to check out. As you already know these style videos, make sure you like. I'll see you in the next. The Corbin quite literally just showed me how to integrate over 9,000 apps and it was done with a couple clicks type of video.